So we're here today. I want to celebrate your life from here, from this stage, and I'd like you to celebrate it from where you sit. The trick often is that as we lose, and we often lose, is that we then think there's something less about us. But I'd like to make the case today that losing is part of the winning, and without your losses, which seem to be necessary, you can never become the person you have become. The thing about your life, especially almost everybody, remembers their victories that were difficult, not the ones that were challenges in life. Sometimes if we could just reframe it, and that's what I'm trying to do today, reframe it. If you can reframe it, it becomes a better. And I'd like to talk about the two stages of life, essentially, because there is the way the meaning of the difficulties can change with a growing wisdom of age. And like when I was when I was 25 and this was happening, all this was these were challenges to prove myself to myself and to the world, right? A big piece of being in your 20s, 30s, and even 40s, and sometimes even longer, is to prove yourself to the world that you have made enough money, you have arrived, you have done something worthy, you are a success in some way. And we meet the challenges of life to fulfill those requirements. It seems those requirements are fundamental to being a human being. We must feel like we have done something to accomplish it. And if we don't, we have a deficit. So I'm not saying these challenges are not important, but when you get older, when you become far enough down the road that you can look back over a longer series of changes, when you get there, you realize that you would not be the person you are today had you not had those challenges. And some of those challenges are you failed. You fell flat on your face. You were defeated. You were betrayed. You were embarrassed. You lost everything in the stock market. I think I've done all of those. And many other things. Maybe you lost your health. Whatever, but they become fundamental for you becoming who you have become today, because your response to those difficulties, those adversity, is what made you who you are today. And part of what it made you, possibly, is more humble. Part of what it made you is more able to see in the suffering of others your own suffering, and you recognize, hey, that person, me, we are the same. We are not so separate. I'm not like building a tower of my own success, of which you will never scale. No, I've crumbled and I'm down on the ground with you, and we are the same. We all share this vulnerability to life changing it, sometimes underneath our feet, sometimes coming from outside, sometimes directly from there inside. You are. And something draws you out of your normal life. You go to a far country, you have an experience, you think you're there to defeat somebody, and in the end, what happens is that you are changed, and you being changed, you come back and bring that revelation of yourself to the community that you were in before, and that's your return journey home. This is the hero's journey. The story of Jesus. Jesus, the big loser of all time, right? Comes in, heals the sick, preaches good news to the poor, and gets strung up for it, right? He's the biggest loser of all time, and yet turns out to be the biggest winner of all time, right? This is myth as much as it is fact, meaning it is universal as much as it is particular, the story of Jesus. The story of Jesus is simply this: you will be crucified, and out of your crucifixion will come your greatest gift to the world. But I'll tell you what I'm thinking. You should stick here where you have friends, because you need us then. You don't have to just be a hero. You don't have to be the one who always comes in and saves everybody. Every once in a while, you just come in, you're broken. And most of us did come here because we got broken somewhere before, right? You didn't come here because you were born into this tradition. You came here because you were looking depth and meaning in your life anyway. So now that you're in the process of finding depth and meaning in your life, don't leave. Don't leave just because you're divorcing, or that you're ill, or that you've lost your job, or whatever it is. This is. It's a place for us to journey together, not a place to always win, and certainly not a place to always lose. We don't like losing. I don't like losing at all. Ask my dear friends. They know. But this process of going through life, you need friends. Contribute also your own into the community. That is another way to heal, to not be at effect of all that's around you. So just because it's happening to you and bad things are happening to you doesn't mean you can't contribute. You don't have to wait till you're perfect to give. You can give from wherever you are. Everybody could use a smile, even if you're grimacing in the process. Everybody's heart could use some love. If yours is broken, you're probably right on the edge of being the biggest fountain you've ever been. The heart, when it's broken, breaks open. So you have something to give. So not only receive, but give. And that giving will give you strength. It's your journey. It's your heart's or your soul's journey through this life. And like any journey, it has hills and valleys. It has rivers to cross. It's complex. And it makes you a bigger person to have had those challenges. And the adversity of life begins to make you richer. It's like a wine which has some complexity to it. You are the most important thing. Your soul, you, the deeper you, is the most important thing in your life, not the things on the surface. Become all you can be in every stage of your life, but realize that really the deeper thing, the thing that's really happening is you're becoming something that only through the vicissitudes of life could you get there, not just from a steady victory.